Hello and welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be discussing about my log burner. It's a Dunsley Yorkshire with a back boiler and just a little problems I'm getting with it. The main problem is with it is the smoke. Every time when I first light it, smoke seems to just come out of these inlet holes. I only have to open it a tiny bit, like a quarter of an inch, and it bellows in. And I'm pretty sure that's not right. So I also want to look into that today. And even when it's hot, nicely, burning, good flame and everything, even if I open the door to reload the logs, you've got smoke coming out and it bellows out. So, it needs sorting. Don't want to be breathing in fumes, smoke, and it ruins my room. It's not finished yet because I want to get the boiler running properly before I finish it. But yeah, it's not a bad little room. So what I'm going to do with this is go on top of the roof and have a look at the cowling, take it down, because I think that might be where the problem lies. But the flue is actually an insulated flue, and it does go 4.6 meters high and over a meter above the ridge, which is one of the requirements in the Yorkshire manual. So I'm not quite sure why it's blowing back all that smoke and fumes into the room. So like I say, we're going to have a look on the roof and see what the cowling's doing, and see whether we can come up with a solution for it. Right, gonna go up there now. Right, I've just been up, took the cowling off, and then I think I've spotted another problem, which is causing a bit of downdraft in the flue. Them big trees at the back must be at 150 foot high, and then we've got my roof, and it's kind of surrounding the. So I reckon when it's quite blowy, we're going to get a lot of turbulence round where the chimney is, depending on which way the wind blows. But it looks like if it blows in any direction, I'm going to get turbulence. So I reckon what I'm going to do is, with the flue, make it so it's got a swivel on it, so that it can follow the wind round, so it draws up the flue rather than be pushed down the flue. So I'll show you the flue. Well, here we are at the bench, and I don't think this is the right cowling for a log burner, because if you take a little closer look, the top's got a tiny gap. I can barely get my fingers in there, and fumes and smoke have got to come out of that. And there's like, look at the bottom, same under there. About an inch and a quarter gap. So I think the fumes and the smoke are having a tough time getting out the flue. So that's why every time I open the door on the log burner, I get a little puff of smoke now and again. So we're gonna have to sort this out. And then obviously the roof and the trees are causing another problem. So I'm hoping if I can just take this cover off some cowling and then alter it, so when the wind blows over, no matter what direction, the cowling will move to the direction of where the wind's blowing. And then instead of the wind blowing down the flue, the cowling's going to help to draw the wind out the flue. So we've got some nice draw upwards. Might even make the stove burn hotter. So yeah, I'm going to take it apart now and then see what I can come up with. Right, this is the bracket I came up with, which is obviously going to hold the cowling on top. But what I've done is I put a ball bearing each side. It's a 3-piece ball bearing, So you only nip these up, you don't over tighten them, otherwise they won't spin at all. So there's your bearings, washers on top and one underneath, nipped up. And then here we go. I'm going to heavily grease them up as well, with obviously high temp grease, and all that'll do is that'll fit on top there like that. And this cowling what I've come up with, will just sit nice and low like that in there. And then I'm going to put a fin here, maybe two, but I'm just thinking of putting one fin here, so that when the wind catches it, it will just bloat in the direction of the wind blowing. And then that should give me a little bit of draw, obviously let the smoke out a lot easier. And then hopefully we won't get any downdraft at all. And there we go. Right, cowling's all done. Spins quite well actually. So hopefully now, once I get it back on the flue, whichever way the wind blows, the cowling should alter itself. And so instead of air blowing down the flue, it should now hopefully draw the air out the flue and stop me getting all that smoke coming through the door. So I'll get it on top and see how we go with it. Well, I've had another little idea, which I'm going to do. See how it looks. If I don't like it, I'll just take it down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a north, south, east and west vane. So here's the north. So I'm going to do all the other little letters now. And then see what it looks like when I put it up. Like I said, if I don't like it, I'm taking it down. Right, I've made the lettering. North, south, east and west. But there's two here I'm going to have to weld because it's pretty much impossible to make them in two. So I'm going to just quickly weld them and do the rest of it. Right, fitted the vane, cowling on top. A little bit windy today, and it's spinning the cowling. So it's a westerly wind now. So yeah, all looking good. I like the burner later, and we'll see if any smoke's coming back in. Right, I've cleaned out the burner, I put a bit of coal at the bottom, and now I'm just about to put some kindling at the back for the next burn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it like in 2 stages, so you've got like 2 starter burns. So you've got one at the back with the Twizzler, and then one in the middle. Then I'm going to put some more kindling around that, and then some more big blocks of wood around it. The reason why you put these right at the back here is because on these stoves, the mouth of the flue is low down. So if you look, there's nothing at the top. That's it there, that's the mouth of the flue. So you're supposed to put the kindling as close as you can to that without blocking it. So there's plenty of space at the sides, as you can see, for the fumes and smoke to go out. So we should be alright. So I'm just going to carry on putting some more kindling in. And the kindling I'm using is very small. It's quite small, look. Shove at the back so you can get it right in. And it should burn better because it's smaller. And that should get the flue nice and warm on the first burn. So I'll just carry on with that. There you go. So now, I'm just going to light it. I'm going to struggle now because I'm holding the camera and I'm going to light a match. Alright, so at the back we go. Light it. That's lit. So I'm going to keep putting a bit around it and on it. Like that. So what I'm going to do now is put wood around there. See the smoke coming in already. Like that. Put my logs. These are 15% dry. And then a bit of a smaller one. And there, like that. Could put some more kindling on top. Shove it in there. Right, now I'm going to shut the door. As you can see, if you look at the back, you can see it's going well at the back now. So that should now warm up the flue and give me some draw. And then the fire should work its way forward a little and then burn all this lot here. So I'm going to shut the door now and leave it open. On these, you're supposed to open the handle so it's open, then close it so it's on the catch. And that's supposed to be the right distance away. Well, within tolerance, I guess. So we'll leave it now and come back to it in a bit and see what it looks like. Just having a little peek, and if you look, the flame's starting to come forward a bit now. It's going to start burning the second burn in a minute. which probably doesn't need it, but I thought I'd put it in just in case it struggles a bit, and it will just help it light all that kindling. So I'll open the door a bit and you'll see the flames going right up the back. Yeah, but there's smoke coming in a bit, look, so I better shut the door. The flue is just getting warm, but obviously not hot enough yet. But start drawing well. Because you don't just want this part to be warm, you want it to be warm all the way through to get a good draw. So give another bit longer. That's burning quite well now, look. The door's still open a fraction. No smoke coming out, as it was before. So, yeah, give it another 10 minutes, see what it looks like. Right, it's quite hot, up to temperature. It's about 50 degrees. So I'm going to see if it smokes. Yeah, a little bit. Not much though, nowhere near as much as it was. I think I can forge some steel in there. It's that hot. Up to temperature. That's my gauge. If you can see it, it's about 50. Just under. But this will reach 60 degrees, this will, no problem. Well, I've just loaded it up again with wood, and it's up to temperature. Let's see if it smokes. A little bit, not much, a little bit. Right, I thought I'd show you what's happening at the cowling side of it. And it's following the wind. But if you look at the smoke, it's not going up. It does this quite a lot. Sometimes it will come into the neighbour's garden a little bit. It's all over the place. See, now it's coming down across the roof. The smoke is. And now it's going up again. So I don't know whether that's normal or we've got some kind of a turbulence problem. But I'm still considering whether to make the chimney a little bit higher. Just another 500. See what that will do. I've got a spare piece of flue. same stuff, it's all insulated, so I can go quite high with that stuff. If anybody's got any ideas, just leave comments. Right, stove's up to temperature. You can see the fumes coming out, but there's no smoke. So the double burn on these stoves is actually working. But it seems it has to be up to temperature before it will work properly. There's something else I've noticed. When the stove is hot, up to temperature, and I close the damper very slightly and open the stove door, it tends to let even more smoke in. And I only have to close the damper a tiny little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dampener out altogether, because I don't think I need it anyway. It's never been used. So I think it's just restricting, or it's adding to the problem, should I say, if there, you know. So I'm going to try that, and then see if it helps with the smoke coming in. Although there's very little smoke coming in now, still, if I can make it even better, I will. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the dampener out. Right, I'll do that now. Well, I took the dampener out, but I had to leave the handle in, as you can see, because obviously there's going to be 2 holes each side of the flue left. So I had to put that back just to fill the holes back till I get some high temp sealer. But yeah, I feel it's running better without that. I mean, the boiler side of it is up temperature, 60 degrees. And the actual stove itself is almost in best burn, which is never really been that hot before. It's always been quite a bit lower than that. But I figured it's just because it's the type of stove it is, because it's got a back boiler and a double burn, and it's just probably set up a bit different, where it's a bit cooler than other stoves. As well as it's burning hotter. I can feel it burning me from here, and it's never really been that hot before. So now I'm going to open the stove and show you if there's any smoke going to come out. None. None at all. And it's raging. But don't really need it this hot. Although it's a bit cold tonight, and it's actually feeding the house now, the main house. I'm going to turn it down a little bit, just by closing that dampener, and then you've got automatic dampener on the side, which is, you can probably just see it, and that's set full. So now that should stay at 60 degrees. And it's got an automatic baffle on it, and it will just close and open itself as needed at 60 degrees. Brilliant boilers these are. But if you want it hotter than 60 degrees, just open these up again. That's it. I put the extra bit of flue on, 500, and I think that's helped a bit as well. It seems to be drawing more. So we'll have a look at the flue now. Right, I've decided to extend the chimney stack, so the flue's running a bit higher now by another 500 mil. So now it should be like 2 meters above the ridge. And the smoke is now, it seems to be going up a bit better. and it's dispersing a little bit better, but still now and again a little bit of smoke will come back down to the ground, but not much. So I don't want to go any higher with the stack, and I think it's probably acceptable now. And down the stove side of it, less smoke's coming through, although we get a tiny bit now. It's nowhere near puffing through like it was before, so I think I can manage with that. So I think that's it. But if anybody's got any ideas how to improve it, just let us know in the comments. It'd be most appreciated. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe for the next videos.